In part 4 of this video series, we'll be focusing more on the phases in between 0 and 50%. So once I've gone ahead and adjusted my 0 and 50% phases for all the slices that I find important, I'll then go back to the slices containing my tumor and focus more on these intermediate phases. What I like to do is begin now with our second most important phases, our 30 and 70%. Since this is often, if we choose to gate our treatment, these are the phases that we'll be gating around. When I look at my 30 and my 70% phases, there's two things I want to keep in mind. My 30 and 70% phases should be at about the same amplitude since they are the middle of the exhalation and the middle of my inhalation. And typically when I'm at the treatment machine and I'm going to set my gating window, I can't individually choose an amplitude for 30 versus 70. Instead, I'm selecting the amplitude at which I want the beam to turn off, which is going to encompass both the 30 and the 70% phase. In this case, when I swap between my 30 and 70%, I see that they're nowhere near the same amplitude, and that my 70% phase is probably incorrectly placed. So as I go back to my 30% phase, this isn't quite the middle of my breathing cycle, so I might move that just a tad bit back, again holding control and clicking where I want to place my 30% phase. I'll swap back to 70%, and then choose an amplitude that's roughly the same as my 30%. Again, as I mentioned in a previous video, our inhalation phases for our patients are typically going to be shorter than our exhale phases. So whenever we select our 70%, it's going to probably encompass a larger range of amplitudes than our 30% just by the nature of our patient's breathing. It's okay as long as we're roughly in the right ballpark. One thing to note also is we can always see this white arrow that tells us where MIM initially placed our binning in case you want to revert back to the original. So as I swap between 30 and 70%, I'm pretty happy with that placement, and I can go again step by step through these 10, 20, 40, 60% phases as well. So for 10, 20, and 30, I see that my 20 and 30% phases are now overlapping since I did that adjustment of my 30% phase. So I'll also bump my 20% phase back a little bit too, and then check again, stepping between each of these different phases. For 40%, this is a perfectly valid place to put it, but for my own sake, as I'm analyzing my 40 CT, I'll move it to the breathing cycle I currently have my other phases located at. We can see our 60% phase needs to be moved. Again, we'll move our 80% phase. And now we have, again, overlap between our 70 and 80. Again, this can get a little tricky when we are working with our inhale versus our exhale because our patient is going to breathe in faster. All right, so once I'm pretty happy with my assignment of all my different phases, I can step through each phase and take a look again at where everything is placed, making sure I'm happy with it. And then I'll also want to then move my attention to my sagittal and coronal views and actually watch the tumor movement as I move through these different phases to make sure it makes sense. We can see in a couple of our slices that we do have a little bit of a jagged border between our tumor and our more superior slice and our more inferior slice, telling us that there's likely some adjustment that's going to be needed in that inferior slice as well. We can then repeat this process for all of our other slices until we're happy with the placement of each of these different bins. Once I've binned all of the slices from a couple centimeters inferior and superior of my tumor, I like to play the video to make sure that the tumor is moving in a nice smooth motion. This video will conclude in part 5 where we go over analysis of whether to choose gating or not.